Welcome to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. JP, I almost said your actual name.
Don't dox me.
Not gonna do it. Y'all, it's Thursday. We're very glad we made it to Thursday. I feel like the week before a holiday, especially kicking off the holiday season, is hard.
It's kind of crazy. It's already Thursday.
Yeah. It's been quick.
Also, I have to do this to start the show because it's big. So first,
you can't handle the truth.
All the things.
We got the 3 sound
no,
effects.
You didn't. Well,
wait, go
done.
back to pivot. Hold on.
Pivot.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
I wanted to surprise.
That's
Oh,
a
that
good
makes
surprise.
me happy.
That's a good surprise because clearly we need one.
Pivot.
Pivot.
So good.
It's just the best. Everybody who's ever moved, if you only watch one scene of Friends, it's that one.
If you don't like Friends, I don't like you.
Friends is funny.
I do know some people that don't like
I do
Friends.
too.
Yeah.
Including my brother, which
Oh.
I love my brother. So I guess everybody besides him.
What's his problem with it?
He just thinks it's corny. Doesn't really like it. Doesn't like the humor.
Mhm.
Okay.
It is funny
Right.
to go back and watch it because even Friends says some things and has some themes that would never fly today.
Never.
Mhm.
Definitely not politically correct enough. Seinfeld, holy cow, one of my favorites, but
I mean,
would never
the
work.
whole time you'd go, you can't say that. But you can.
But then we have South Park and Family Guy, which are still like
Yeah.
thriving.
Mhm.
Somehow.
Maybe they just get a pass.
Yeah. Perhaps
Like
they
we
get a
can't
pass.
control those people.
No. Like, do your best. Whatever.
Whatever.
So before we get to all the news, and there is a lot on this Thursday, it's just us today. We have a guest coming on tomorrow. Allison Sinclair.
No.
We're gonna have to do an unhappy update.
I'm like I might cry.
Do I need to do the update?
No, I'll do it. I need to be an adult. But we had to put Banks down last night.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, JP, you put up the picture.
Sorry, do I need to take it down? Are
No,
you gonna
he's
cry?
so cute. I
He
am going to cry.
was
He's a
so
little
cute.
teddy bear. He is so cute. Y'all, it was the hardest decision. It was so, we did everything and his poor little body just couldn't fight it. So Jennings and I went and saw him and we held him and he just laid his little head
Oh,
and just stared at us. And we're like, okay, but this is the most merciful thing we could do. And even the doctors, we talked to 2 vets and they were like, you know, we don't just say it's okay to do this for healthy dogs. Like we wouldn't even give you the option if we didn't feel like, oh my God, he's so cute. Y'all need to go look on the live stream and look at that little puppy. But it was one of the hardest things that I've ever done. And it's weird because I've never been in the position to have to choose. And that I know it's just a dog, but that was weird. And all night I had dreams. Like in one of my dreams, we decided to put him down and then we were walking out and we changed our minds and we went back in and it was too late. And it was so dramatic, you know?
yes.
And anyway, but the breeder, just think what you want about breeders. She has been so kind and she told me today she was talking to her mentor. I didn't know breeders had mentors, but they are doing all of this testing on all the puppies and they're titering their immunities and they're going to add something else in because she said, you know, in theory, he should have been able and been immune. So she offered to allow us to have another puppy from one of the litters. Anyway, I think at one point she was crying too. So she said this is the first time it's happened to her.
Oh, wow.
Okay, but here's every time something tragic happens to one of our animals, like one time our golden retriever, I swear I think he was stolen. I think somebody came and stole him, but we come up with stories. And the story was that he just started walking down the road and he became friends and like sided up to this autistic nonverbal child. And the child took him home and they're best friends and he's like his service dog now. And that makes us sleep at
Sure.
night.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my story for Banks is that he had to come to us because you sit there and go, okay, God, what is the point?
Mhm.
What, like, this dog I kept seeing online and his face, like I just connected with him, and Jennings had been asking for a dog, and I'm like, okay, this is it. And it just all worked out. And you pay the money and you do the investment emotionally, and then you get here, and I mean, by the end of it, I don't even want to repeat how much we paid. And then you have nothing. And it's like, okay, God, what is the point?
Mm.
I don't know. But to make me sleep better, I came up with that we had to get him out of his Texas ranch where all the other puppies are, because he picked it up there and he would have infected the rest of the
Yes.
litter. And then it would have been multiple puppies having to go through this.
That makes sense.
That's all I got this side of heaven. So we're going to go with it. Don't tell me otherwise. But very, very sad. He's the cutest little puppy.
He is real cute. What kind of dog is that again?
He's actually an American Shepherd, which is a
Okay.
mini version of an Australian Shepherd,
Okay, which is Bo.
which is Bo. We have an
Okay.
Australian Shepherd now, the best
Okay.
dog we've ever had. I know
Mm.
some of them are kind of neurotic and insane, but he just is a little version, and he's so cute.
He's adorable,
Yeah.
and we will wait expectantly for dog vids when your next puppy gets here. And I don't think you're wrong. I think sometimes at the end of circumstances, you're right. We're left going, why did that happen at all?
Yeah.
But it makes sense that God did get him out to get you the dog you are supposed to have, but to get this sweet puppy away from all the other puppies. But it's tragic, and we're sorry. God gave us pets because he loves us and he knows we need companions. I love my dogs, and I wasn't a dog person growing up. I was a cat person. And we've had to put dogs down because mastiffs get cancer and it spreads quickly, and there's nothing
Oh my
you can
goodness,
do.
you had to put down
2 of them.
what Annie?
Piper. It's a good
Piper.
memory. Yeah. Do you remember we went on a trip and we
Yes.
came back and I had noticed the knobs on her legs,
Yes.
and it was bone cancer, and it was just they took it off, and then for the next month, do you remember, like almost every Tuesday I had to take her in, and finally one of our friend vets said that there's nothing like it's everywhere in her body. But that's the kind of thing that they get. And the other one at the ER vet got the news about cancer on his heart. So
Was that
it
pre
is-
me?
that was pre you. That was Bronco, our first puppy.
Okay.
That was Chris's grief puppy. And
Mhm.
it's still awful. And I've decided, was it just you and Jennings, or
Mhm.
yeah, I told Chris and Will and Ben, Ben and Chris went the first time. I did Piper by myself. They cannot come. The boys cannot come the next time.
Are they?
They're just so attached to the dogs.
Oh wow! So they're more emotional than you, JP.
Yes.
You're nodding.
Oh yeah, I dread the day that we're gonna have to put down like my childhood dog. It'll be awful.
It's awful. And so
Ugh.
for us, we have to put them down because they are so big, and the cancer generally spreads like within weeks, and there's nothing you can do. And then it turns their personality.
Mm.
But to have a tiny baby puppy, no.
He probably weighed 6 pounds, maybe. He was tiny. So cute though. But it's hard. See, I just have never had to go through that.
I don't think it takes a while, and our listeners could probably text in and tell us the same thing. In my opinion, it takes a while to get over that and to feel the feels.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because God made us to feel feelings, because he made us his little creatures for us, and we love them.
I just feel silly because I only knew him for like 4 days.
It's okay.
That's
And
enough.
then you have guilt. You're like, I don't know how I kept 4 kids alive. Probably shouldn't get another dog.
You should.
I haven't told you about when Bo ate rat poisoning.
Allison, we could have a podcast on all the things with our pets. We'll probably do one in the future of all the things that went wrong for the Shavers and Sinclairs.
So bad. But we live big, right? We live big. We put ourselves out there. We do the things. We don't hold back. We get the chickens and the rabbits and the geese, which, by the way, he's still out there. Oh, I forgot to. No, I texted y'all. I saw him fly.
Oh, Daryl the goose.
Daryl the goose.
Could we call him Daryl Carlton, the doorman? Goose?
Daryl Carlton the doorman.
Jimmy Ray
/ Jimmy Ray.
/ Duck Duck. Y'all, last night when I was leaving, I went outside and I was talking to him and he took off. Like I thought maybe he was injured and that's why he was sticking around. Somebody Google why geese stay. Do you think his mate, that was the only other thing I could think of, is that he got left or maybe he got kicked out of a murder?
No, murder is raven. I can't remember what. I think goose was a flock. Geese stay alone for several reasons, including having lost their mate,
Aw.
being in a period of mourning, being injured or sick, or being a young goose that has not yet found a mate.
See, if geese can be in mourning,
So can I.
so can we.
All
I'm
right.
serious. Like our whole sermon on Sunday, not the whole sermon, but part of the sermon was David and Jonathan, but it was talking about mourning and
Ugh.
lamentation. It is, we are so bad at letting ourselves feel things. We're like, just get through it and move on. That's
No.
not real. So feel the feelings. We are very sad for your puppy loss.
I appreciate that. I
So-
received that.
Okay.
I'm thankful for y'all. Y'all have had to walk through this every day, getting calls. What are we gonna do? Anyway, we did the right thing.
You did.
I will rest in that because bless it, he was not going to get better and he was very sick. So
Mm.
thanks for listening to my story, y'all. Right? This is like the circle of trust.
Yeah.
Us and the thousands of people.
All the people listening, yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
But the rest of the show will cheer you up because
I
it's gonna be
hope
a
so.
banger show.
By the way, my husband was listening yesterday when I got the giggles.
Oh dear.
And he was like, Allison, you can't do that. I said, I couldn't stop. I said, it's like when you're in church and you're not supposed to laugh and there's really nothing funny, but then it just gets
Yeah,
funnier.
yeah.
And I said, and JP and Amy Beth just stared at me like nobody tried to save me. Nobody tried to intervene.
We just let you get it out of your system, you know.
It's
It
easier
was-
that way.
It was,
And I understood why you were laughing. It was funny.
was it? I don't even know why.
You were laughing.
Did I say happy trails?
No, not
That was the
one.
time before.
Oh, what was yesterday's? Whatever it was in the moment, I was like, okay, that is funny. But also,
yeah,
if I
it was-
giggle, then we're all gonna be laugh.
Well, clearly
Y'all are
we're the ones that
professionals.
cannot sit by each other at a funeral. Okay?
Yeah.
We can't. Because if I look at you or I look at you, it's over. So it's okay. I mean, yeah, okay. So what we're doing, as my husband lovingly reminded me, well, what's out there is forever. Thank you.
Oh.
Digital footprint.
And then
But
Caleb with a K called me Leslie again.
here we are, for better or
I'll
for
take it.
worse, doing a radio show, having a radio family. We're living life. This is our community, come what may.
Come what may.
So
Today,
after the break that she's taken us out to, we have phenomenal stories.
got a montage.
That we do.
All right. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. So in the 2:30 segment, when we come back, we will have JP's miraculous montage. But before that, we're going to read some of your text.
Y'all are really super sweet. Marshall from Dubai said, sorry to hear about your puppy. Our 2 Aussies are fantastic. One will lead us to the door to go outside, while the second one will herd us from the back to make sure we stay on a mission. It's so true. They are just like, they have to have a job. And they have to have, I mean, whether it's our cats or the kids or, I don't know, a ball. Oh, I need to get Bo one of those balls. Marshall, do y'all have one of those, like the big balls that they can roll around and almost like the horses play with? Have y'all
Oh,
seen
I'd
that?
love to know about that ball.
But they try it. Oh, your dogs might like it too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Okay. I would love to have it because
like keeps them busy,
Yeah, they start chewing things during the day. They get bored.
like the chickens.
Maybe. Oh,
Merle sent a picture of him and his poodle. His
Hey.
poodle has a mohawk.
I love that. I wonder
It's
what the
kinda
poodle's name.
I'll have to text us.
That's sweet.
Jeff from Indiana. So sorry for the
Oh.
loss of your puppy.
Y'all are so kind.
Yeah. Whew,
Mm.
that's why my eyes are all puffy and red. Just rough. Oh, get it? It's rough.
Oh, rough.
That was
Done.
that's good.
Okay. Thank
That was,
oh,
it's real
look
good.
at that. That was good. So I will be happy to talk about whatever we're going to talk about today that doesn't have to do with parvo and puppies.
Looking for you. That's not in the montage.
Oh,
So
Thank
Good.
you, JP.
Any hints? Do we have time to play it before the break? Or
no, we got like a
Okay.
minute and a half.
What did you choose? Any
Um,
teasers?
I can give you a teaser of Democrats. Maybe their Epstein thing is going to backfire on them long term. Also funding certain organizations that are facilitating illegal immigration. Christians and why they should get engaged politically.
You'll like that one.
Also, Susie Wiles is apparently the most powerful person in the world.
Oh, I saw that and I thought
Oh,
JP's a
boy.
genius.
And then
I
AOC
didn't text you that, but I should have.
Well, I'll just record that and keep that on file.
That can be a button.
Yeah.
Put that on there.
And then AOC apparently thinks the GOP is manipulating young men to be toxically or have toxic masculinity. Yeah, pretty much.
That never mind. We're not even going to go
Still a
there yet.
thing?
Is it? Bless her heart.
And I added a clip at the end from Tucker that he put up yesterday about the same topic ish because I thought it was really good. But yeah,
Okay.
we'll get into all the things.
all the things.
Wait,
and
hit the button.
All the things.
So I watched the Tucker Thomas Crooks. Is that his name?
Yes,
Oh,
his
Is
expose.
it good?
It was good.
Yeah, when Tucker taps into his journalism, like I'm not saying normally, he's into his political commentator mostly,
Yes.
but when he goes into his journalism,
He brought receipts,
yes.
and I'm going to go back and watch it again because some of the things he said, most of the things you think, this is not real. How do we not know this? And it was actually my husband that made the recommendation. So this morning, in prep time, I'm watching this thinking we all need to see because it leads to what is going on.
His 9/11 one he did last month too was really like.
Was it really
whoa.
good?
Oh
Okay.
no, I
Okay.
shouldn't watch that.
No,
I should not.
no. That's the kind of things that you watch that your family's like,
I wasn't necessarily bought
family
in
hold back.
on everything, but a lot of things I was like, "Are you serious?" But nonetheless,
Interesting.
Penny, Marshall's wife, Penny from Athens, says we don't have the big ball because they popped it in 2 minutes. So maybe we need the industrial strength one.
I think so.
We'll look for that. You're listening to Right Side Radio. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And JP, take it away.
What are you talking about? I have to tell the people about Stan McDonald.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Stan McDonald, who is the sponsor of JP's Monster Miraculous montage every single day. Attorney Stan McDonald at the law firm of Wilmer and Lee out of Huntsville. He's a 30-year veteran in the practice of law. And like we always say, when Stan McDonald is on your side, you have no greater friend, and likewise, your adversaries will have no greater foe. He advocates and will fight for your legal needs and rights, but he's also been an absolute warrior for causes near and dear to our Rightside Reffing community. Attorney Stan McDonald has represented his clients in literally thousands of real estate transactions over the years, and at the law firm of Wilmer and Lee out of Huntsville. Here's his phone number, 256-533-0202. That's Stan McDonald, 256-533-0202, and tell him you heard about it on Rightside Radio. And no representation is made that the quality of legal services. I'll have to start over.
You're pulling an Allison.
We have to read this disclaimer again, apparently. So
Sequitur.
And we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it as fast as possible, like Phil. So I'm just going to read it as slow as possible. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services is to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. And now, stand by for news.
Time for news.
I think what people are missing here a bit with the Democrats is that all of their palling around with Jeffrey Epstein was after he was convicted of being a pedo. This is going to be bad for the Democrats.
Today, we are announcing that we have stopped all grant funding that's being abused by NGOs to facilitate illegal immigration into this country. So it's amazing to me the hundreds of millions of dollars that have been spent by the federal government that has been sent to NGOs to facilitate this invasion of our country.
Susie Wells, she had her father, Pat Summerall, most powerful woman in the world. She can take out a country, destroy, take out a country with one phone call. That's power.
But we all need to be engaged to protect religious freedom and to love our neighbors. Because if we have the capacity to protect innocent people from evil by putting good laws in place that do protect them from evil, and we don't take that opportunity, how are we loving our neighbors? We're not. If we don't get involved, godless people will get involved, and then we'll have laws like they have in California now. Have you heard about the Bill 495? Anybody in California can walk into a school without identification and check a kid out. You haven't heard this because you're not paying attention.
And they are able to radicalize and target and exploit a generation of young boys, in particular, away from healthy masculinity and into an insecure masculinity that requires the domination of others who are poorer, browner, darker, or a different gender than them.
So let's, in the case of Nick Fuentes, focus not on Nick Fuentes, but on the people who watch Nick Fuentes. What kind of world have they grown up in? They've grown up in, over the last 10 years, a world that hates them. And not in a subtle way. They've grown up in a country that has systematically, in law, excluded them from the workplace, education, from federal grants, and has told them again and again and again, no, we're not discriminating against you, and yes, you deserve it.
It's a white man's problem.
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men.
There has been no oppression for the white man in this country.
They've been mocked and attacked and lectured and harangued and screamed at. It's a little hard to tell people that racism is wrong when you're committing it.
Dang, Daniel. That was strong.
Jam-packed montage.
Gotta.
Wow.
Is everybody else out there like, dude? Okay. Let's dive in. Because we've talked about the Epstein and the Democrat. I'm still shaken up from Frank Turek on down. I'm completely shaken up by this. But can we not agree that, oh, what a surprise, the Epstein situation is going to backfire on Democrats, and oh, what a surprise, they were palling around after he was convicted?
I think it's kind of like Bill Clinton. You think you are above the law. You think you are impenetrable. You'll never be caught. You can do all the things, because historically they have gotten away with a lot. I mean, have y'all... like the things that go on in our Capitol that are known. Y'all remember the video from a few years ago of the guy in the committee room?
I do.
When you said the video, I knew
You
exactly what you
knew.
were talking about.
Yeah, that is not
Y'all do.
uncommon. He just happened to get caught. They're like, they're technically, anyway, they're not cages, but they're like places people go to do things. Okay. It is disgusting. And it's almost like everybody just covers for everybody all the time on the cocaine and the well, we won't go there, but just use your imagination. It's as bad as you think it is. So the fact that this might come crashing down, I just don't think ever crossed their minds. They've always been covered for by their own or by the other party, because then you start extorting. Wait, you want Plaskett? Okay, well, we'll go after Corey Mills. Oh, okay, well, we'll just give both of them a pass for being total degenerates.
Yeah.
Degenerates.
I like that word.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
It's gross.
It's one of those things where the uniparty will be affected, both sides of the,
Mhm.
because I mean, I've been critical of how the Republican Party has handled the Epstein debacle. A, because it was such a self-inflicted wound. B, it's my side, I guess. So I'm a bit more, critical if something that I think should be done in a way different way and shouldn't have been the debacle that it was. However, the Democrats, it's almost like the Democrats are in such a lame duck position across all branches. They're just kind of an afterthought. So when you look and how they've been going Epstein, it's like, you guys, you're barking up the wrong tree, because a lot of you, I bet a lot more Democrats than Republicans are going to be affected by the Epstein situation than so it's, however, Trump and the Republicans, I think, should have handled it differently. It's like the Democrats, you guys have no authority to be, lecturing Republicans. I think it's going to backfire on them, because they just want to get Trump. It's like, how many of y'all are going to be implicated in all of this?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Jasmine Crockett even tried to talk about it, and she was trying to make some kind of comparison. And I thought, okay, or the people out there who said over the weekend when the Epstein files were, thought to come out, we've been marked safe. Kamala Harris has been marked safe from being on the Epstein list or whatever.
Are you sure about that?
Or not only are you sure about that, but she started somewhere different. His name is Willie Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So how about everybody needs to take a long, hard look at themselves. It is a uniparty situation. They are all degenerates until proven otherwise. And we know who the good guys are, and the gentle ladies who maybe started somewhere different and have ended up here. But holy cow, this is going to backfire. And now we're going to see, probably for the next week, backpedaling like we can't believe. But I still wonder what is going to happen to anybody who's found out about this. I mean, is it just going to be business as usual?
Most of the time, nothing happens. I mean, it just doesn't. We have hearings, we have committee meetings, we have investigations, we have all these things, and then nothing happens. It's just a bunch of bleh. So I'm not very expectant of it. However, I do wonder what y'all think about, because if you noticed, Elon was back in the White House the other day, and that made me think, like, did Trump and Elon choreograph this whole thing? Was this the plan all along, to force the Dems to demand? Now he has them all on record voting for this, taking down his people. They think they're going to take him down. And I'm sure, like you said, there will be some Republicans on there. But now he has all, the infighting that could come out of the Democrat side could be tremendous. And so I just wonder, I don't know, thinking, was this a master plan? Did they play that out? Or is that just coincidence?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because they all got in a fight. And then remember, Elon's big lob to Trump was he's in the Epstein files.
Oh, yes, I remember.
I don't know. I think the Elon Trump thing was just two men with very large egos, and I think Elon was very pissed off about. I think Elon was being sabotaged with Doge, and I think it really made him angry. And I think Elon's a guy that just kind of lashes out. There's also accusations that Elon, is on stuff like ketamine or whatever, so that probably didn't help. I think that was more of just two men being very proud and arguing. And I think it was kind of more of a coincidence. And then also, like what John Wall said, if they were actually face to face and not doing it over Twitter, it may have not spiraled to where it was. But I think it was more of a coincidence personally.
Okay.
I can go with the coincidence angle. However, we have to throw this little Trump is generally ahead of everybody else. I mean, going way back to my offices are bugged.
Yeah, like
Your offices are
5D chess.
You're so dumb. And it turns out it was true. So when he says these things, he is such a whiz. He is a never split the difference guy. Okay, so I think maybe the Trump Elon thing was real, but I also think it can also happen that Trump knew what he was doing all along with Epstein.
Along those lines, and do we have to take a break?
We got about like 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, I just want to know, what is he following that vein? What is he trying to tell us by saying this about Susie Wiles too? Is he trying to say it's not my fault? I'm under her spell? And she used to be on Netanyahu's re-election campaign or something.
I think that was a Freudian slip. Is that how you say it? Freudian slip?
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. I think that's what that was. Something, Trump was probably something Trump would say to Susie behind closed doors, and maybe he was saying that he was comfortable and let it slip. Because I think Susie does have a lot of power within the administration. And we've talked constantly about the reports, but when Trump says stuff like that, it's like, oh, okay. They're not just reports.
I don't know. I think that was again, I'm back to I don't think he does anything that he hasn't thought about. Is for as impulsive as he is, there are certain parts of his personality that seem to be very intentional. And one of those would be letting people know, Susie, don't mess with Susie. Everybody, you think she's in the background, just kind of quietly arranging and doing the things. Well, that's probably the person you need to watch most carefully.
That's funny because I took it the opposite way. Where you kind of took it as like him defending Susie, like watch out, sending a message. I took it more as Susie pulls my strings.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree with
blame
you.
Susie, not me.
Yeah, no, I think he's just saying, here she is, don't mess with Susie. But I also agree, he's probably telling us like, she's doing this, you guys.
It also made me wonder, who's the Alabama Susie?
That'd be a fun segment.
Oh,
maybe we'll do it off the air.
Make a lot of enemies.
I'm curious.
I think we could.
Well, I did start thinking about that. I think in Alabama, Susie is a group. Yeah. Susie is plural. But there's a Susie.
Oh, yes, there's a Susie.
And we are not part of Susie.
No, we should probably talk about this off the air. This is fascinating.
This is where we used to get in trouble at the old show. They'd be like, why don't y'all tell us what you talk about during the break? We're like,
because we would never come back.
Our tires would be slashed. And we used to say our dogs would be killed, but that's too soon.
Sorry. Allison.
I'm sorry. It is. We have, okay.
Is that your grieving tactic, making jokes? Yeah. That's mine too. Yeah.
Actually, somebody told me once that is a very healthy response to grief is humor.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go with it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, while we talk about who Susie is, Alabama Susie, y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair. We've made a very good decision, JP, and just wait.
I love how Allison stopped talking as I lifted my hand.
It scares me when that hand goes up. You start to point, and then sometimes you get aggressive, and then sometimes you slap the table. Like
We're live.
Have
like
to
that.
focus.
All right. So because we don't have a lot of time in the 3 o'clock hour, we will at least get started on the NGOs, which is just a whole nother thing in and of itself. But I digress. We have great comments from y'all.
Shoot.
JP, do you want to start on your end?
Yeah, we got a good comment over here on the X live stream from Bruce. Says it's absolutely disgusting that Democrats will probably get away with this and no one will be removed from the House or the Senate being part of the Epstein files.
It's true. I think that's what we all feel like. Yay, okay, information's coming out, but really, what is going to change on both sides? Yeah, I would suggest to you, both sides are going to be very guilty, because as Allison has described, the Capitol is a den of iniquity. Okay.
I love how Tim Burchett, he said, people call it a swamp, but a swamp is a cool creation of God. This place is a sewer.
It's better. True. It's a sewer, man. It's a sludgy, slimy sewer.
It's got like rats.
Yeah. And things.
And mold. Hey, I have a point of order.
Yes, ma'am.
We need a gavel.
Oh, we do. Okay.
It is not gentle lady, woman.
Apparently.
It's just lady. Brad from Limestone County.
Brad
would like you to know that.
Thanks, Brad.
He said, I couldn't believe it when I heard the word which shall no longer be uttered come from the mouth of Henry Hyde. Henry Hyde?
Yes.
Clear back in the 90s. Oh, that was your microphone. It sounded like somebody's stomach. I was like, what is that?
No, listen. Did you not hear from Anna Paulina Luna when she was on the floor and they said the gentle lady or gentle woman? So, Brad, like, I hear you. I love words, but I'm sorry that this gives you the heebs that I used a word from the 90s.
He said the counterpart to gentleman is just lady, which sounds
okay. Thank you.
So boring.
I know.
He's also implying that all ladies are gentle, and that's not true.
Brad also told us yesterday, and we missed it. This is pretty good. And I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a good story. Fun fact: the toothbrush was invented in Ardmore. Had it been invented anywhere else, they would have called it the teeth brush.
That's good. It's real good.
Funny.
That's very funny. I didn't know that.
Cameron says there's a Susie Wiles in Decatur, but I'm not going to say who he said it was, just to protect Cameron's tires.
That's right. Thank you. Oh, so that's good thinking. It's really good thinking on your part. Yeah,
it's really good.
Of me. Very nice.
I'm a gentle lady.
So as we put a period on the Epstein conversation for now, final thoughts, like just the quick, what do you think from here?
Sorry. Paul makes a good point.
What?
He said it's ladies and gentlemen, not ladies, not gentlemen and gentle ladies. He says not ladies and gentle ladies. Does that make sense? We say ladies and gentlemen. We don't say gentle ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But that clip from the floor, he did say the gentle.
He did.
Yeah. So maybe it's just for Congresswomen.
Look, be patient with me. I am from the 1900s.
I thought he said 1990s.
I know, which is the 1900s.
Oh. All right. I'm going to get some caffeine. Top of the hour. Maybe some chocolate. You're listening to Rightside Radio. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside. Happy Thursday. 1 week from today is Thanksgiving. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with the Allison Sinclair and the JP. And you probably know by now, especially Allison, how much we love words. We love words a lot. And we used to have a segment that was an occasional called Fun with Words. And I was going to wait until tomorrow to debut it. And I will wait for Allison's word tomorrow. But for today, the word of the day is, we were right. And do you know how? Allison, would you like to share?
Yeah, Allie from Athens coming through strong. Okay, according to the Googles, the AI Googles, she says it is proper in the United States House of Representatives to say the gentlewoman from Alaska. The citation goes on to say, this form of address is a matter of longstanding congressional custom and decorum used during floor debates and committee hearings to refer to a female representative from a specific state without using her name directly. They use the gentleman from in the same way. I guess you could be like, hey, lady from Alaska. Yo, sup? That's what Brad wants us to do. Lady over there and third from the right. Go.
Yeah.
So, Allie, thank you for that. I guess, but we just can't use it outside of Congress.
Well, the proper use
the
is
House
as you're
chamber?
gavelled in and you are having conversation about our country and you say fancy things to one another. Apparently on this show, we'll only be able to say things like, hey, lady. It's okay.
But gentlemen for me. Yeah.
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 Okay. And you're keeping us straight. It's fine. So, but tomorrow you'll have to stay tuned for my husband's favorite word that Allison introduced us to. And you're going to love this word tomorrow. So, JP, I need a fun with words. I don't know what it's supposed to be, like Sesame Street, moo or meow. You know how we used to do that? Did you even watch Sesame Street?
I did. Yeah.
Or some kind of fun such. But I need a fun with words.
Sound effect.
It's just a good sound effect. Maybe music.
I hear like a ticker, like a
Fun with words. We love them. Here.
Oh, I like this.
Let's go.
I do like this. See, in heaven, I'll be able to dance.
Me too.
Not like that.
Okay, so thanks, JP. Queued
We
up
got our
for
sound
tomorrow. So here we are.
It's also a dance break.
Next up, no one is surprised. Grant funding and NGOs. And again, we're back to the same kind of situation. Used for illegal purposes. Meanwhile, do you guys remember the absolute outrage of so many people when it was discovered that not only were we going to cut NGOs off, they do not serve the noble purposes for which they are proclaimed. Brad, that was for you.
It's just a money laundering scheme, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is why Elon Musk got ousted out of Doge, right? Which is so sad. We had something so good. And then they just tore us apart.
This is a Billy Joel song. We didn't start the fire, but we'll burn it down. This is what we're about. We want to burn that down. It is. It's money laundering. And I listened to somebody today on Joe Rogan talk about, and I don't know the guy's name or I'd say it. And I hadn't thought about it this way before, but an NGO is a government organization, but it's one step below what's constitutional. So they can get away with doing unconstitutional things. And this man's point was like censorship. But there's billions of dollars in this NGO world that we, our leaders, are using it for many different reasons. But I thought, what a good point. They're using it to do their dirty work.
Yeah. Why do you think they fought USAID getting shut down so much?
Exactly.
Because that was their slush fund globally.
Mm-hmm.
And they could pursue whatever interests they wanted globally. And that like the things that they lose their mind the most about getting shut down, I think is a sign that they were onto something with it.
Yes.
Because I think USAID is a great, I mean, it's not technically an NGO, it was a part of the government, but it's along the same lines. It's a slush fund that they use and they can just kind of oh, well, it's an NGO, it's USAID, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but it's anti-American and pursuing anti-American interests, and
Indeed.
which is why they fought so much whenever it got terminated.
And all sides fought.
Yeah.
Everybody's fighting over this. Again, friends, the Uniparty.
These are the organizations that, right, they were like supplying condoms to
Yep.
foreign countries, and the Sesame Street in Iraq, and
Mm-hmm.
all the things.
All the things.
That are very, very necessary.
All the things.
Yes.
For global survival. But do you remember the story about the condoms? It was something that they were using them to make bombs.
Yeah, there was allegations that Hamas was using them to make bombs.
Oh, I actually Googled that. I think it is a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know much about it. I just kind of saw the headlines. But yeah, and honestly, I think those were the punchline joke aspects of what USAID was funding. I think the actual stuff they were funding was a lot deeper, more sinister.
Wait, do you think that's not true?
Oh no, I think it's true.
Okay.
But it's that's kind of like the can you really believe that? But it's kind of like a ha funny. Can you believe what our government was paying for? But the deeper stuff, like pictures of USAID tents with like Al Qaeda terrorists in them, and how they were used globally to maybe help overthrow governments, and how the CIA used it as its tool. That's more of the deeper, like, oof, that was really bad. But and I'm not saying all the little punchline jokes of like this much for Sesame Street in Mozambique or condoms, like all that I'm sure was happening, but those are like the tagline, haha.
It's also our tax dollars going to pay for condoms
I looked
wherever in Sesame Street and Arabic.
Yeah, that. Oh, so I found on
I know what you're talking about.
August, libs of TikTok. And listen, I'm really getting annoyed saying the word Democrat. Please understand that we understand that there are Republicans too. Okay, so before you make comments, we get it. It's everybody. But this was specifically dealing about this. Democrats gave $6 billion to over 200 NGOs to facilitate millions of illegals into our country. We know that, but just to see it written down from the summer, please be reminded of that. And who's losing their mind over ICE right now? Going in and arresting people who shouldn't be here at all. And yet we're having this deep discussion on what should we do? Get them out. Y'all brought them here. And now we have to get them to go. It's that simple. But it has been a masquerading as human rights organizations to hijack civil society. A guy named Glenn Deason said that. I think that's the perfect way to describe it.
But what's the point? Why $6 billion to bring illegals here? What ultimately is the point of that?
I think the most benign answer, and this is still a really bad answer, but I think the most logical and benign answer is that Democrats are funding these NGOs to bring in voters, import voters. Okay. And, if you can flood certain areas with illegals, and they may never lose another election in that district. But then I think the more cynical and sinister reason we've talked about is great replacement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think it is clearly they've put them here to replace us. And any Republican that didn't fight hard against it is for it. I mean, that is the other conclusion we have to come to now, is if we don't see you fighting for us, then you're with them. It's that simple. But I do think it is a great replacement. I do think that the UN laid it out. I wrote an article about it a couple years ago, like in the early 2000s, they said, this is what we're going to do. But you also notice the other hideous part of it. And the woman who gave the sermon to Trump when he was elected at that service talked about, it is really reprehensible. Who will wash our dishes? You're honestly telling us they don't mean to, but it's a Freudian slip every time it comes out. This is all we think they're good for. Not only are we going to use them hideously so. Not only are we going to allow their children to cross into this country, 300,000 of them lost, given to human traffickers, sex traffickers. I mean, some of those stories will just make you want to throw up. So you've got that. Then they're telling us we do not give a rip about these people we're using to replace you. Oh, and by the way, not only do we think that they should wash our dishes and paint our houses and redo our roofs, that's what we think they should do, is that they also are saying that our birth rate has fallen below replacement levels. And who are the people having all the babies? The anchor babies.
The third world that's coming in.
Please make it make sense like we're 5, that this isn't a great replacement theory. But these kinds of people in those leadership positions can't help themselves. And we are not each other's enemy. They are the enemy of everything that we hold good, true, and dear. They are. And we do not despise them like enough. And we're also not engaged enough to go, okay, so which one of us is going to run for their seat? Which one of us is going to go get on city council? Which one of us is going to become the mayor? Who's going to get on the school board? That's how we take this back. But it is awful that they tell us every time it comes to NGOs and immigration and what they're doing with our money, they hate us and they hate the people they've brought in as well.
I'd be interested to see if the same NGOs that were funding the illegal immigration are the same ones that are funding these Antifa anti-ICE protests and giving them office buildings to go and chill out in between, protests. I think that'd be a direct connection.
I think look in Portland.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I think they just found that.
Their border got shut down. They lost their slush fund. They lost their way of, making money. And now they're going to fund these Antifa protests. I mean, they have storage facilities. Antifa has. Like, who is funding this? I guarantee you it's the same NGOs funding the border and the illegal immigration crisis.
So the goal is to make New York City, what just happened, expanded across America. As you were talking, what is it that the steps to communism that's entered into the congressional record, what is that?
Oh, the 45 goals of communism
that they outlined and what they were going to do. It might be a good time to step through that.
Let me grab that from a book.
Oh, you have it up there?
Oh, I brought the book because that book changed my life.
Okay. It might be a good time to remind people that this takeover started years ago, way before we were even aware. And it's just now coming to fruition. I think we still have time. I don't know if anybody has the gumption to do much about it, though. We'll see. Although in Charlotte, no, Dearborn.
Yeah, exactly.
Dearborn gives me hope.
There's hope. We just all got to get on board.
Let's get the book off the shelf.
Okay.
Dust it off.
Okay.
We'll go through it. We'll be right back.
I've got my Things Just Got Serious glasses on. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. We are Rightside Radio, and we're so glad you're here. We love reading your comments. And JP, when are we going to open the phones?
We'll open the phones next segment. So if
Okay,
any of y'all
all right.
wanted to call in, 833-687-4448. Phone lines will be open next segment if y'all want to call in and give us your thoughts.
So Allison's idea is that we're going to read some of the communist goals. And the reason we're going to do this is from my favorite book I've ever read, Cleon Skousen. I don't know.
I like Scoo.
I think Skoo's good. You know, Cleon, my buddy, first published in 1958. But here's the deal. So after searching unsuccessfully for a concise literature, Brad, on the communist threat, Cleon saw the urgent need for a comprehensive book that could guide the American conversation. So he's distilled his FBI experience, decades of research, and more than 100 communist books and treatises into one clarifying, readable volume that became a touchstone of American values and earned the praises from likes of President Ronald Reagan, Glenn Beck, and Ben Carson. This text draws a detailed picture of the communist as he sees himself, stripped of propaganda and pretense. And so we're going to read some of them back and forth, starting with number 11, because we just had this conversation. Number 11, one of the goals, promote the UN as the only hope for mankind. If its charter is rewritten, demand that it be set up as a one world government with its own independent armed forces.
Let me just go back and say, too, in 1963, this was read into the congressional record by Representative Herlong. And I think the point was to read it into the congressional record to give them a heads up. This is coming. Number 15, capture one or both of the political parties in the United States.
Number 16, use technical decisions of the courts to weaken basic American institutions by claiming their activities violate civil rights.
Pay attention to this one. 17, get control of the schools. Use them as transmission belts for socialism and current communist propaganda. Soften the curriculum. Get control of teachers' associations. Put the party line in textbooks.
Number 18, gain control of all student newspapers.
Number 20, infiltrate the press. Get control of book review assignments, editorial writing, policy-making positions.
21, gain control of key positions in radio, TV, and pictures.
Control art critics and directors of art museums. Our plan is to promote ugliness, repulsive, meaningless art. That's number 23.
24, eliminate all laws governing obscenity by calling them censorship and a violation of free press and free speech.
Which is what is happening today in the Alabama Public Library Service meeting, where there will be several people there continuing to lobby and putting ridiculously obscene things in front of our kids. Number 25, break down cultural standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books. Did you just read that? Magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV.
Number 26, present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and healthy.
Let's do 27, 28.
Okay.
Infiltrate the churches and replace revealed religion with social religion. Discredit the Bible and emphasize the need for intellectual maturity, which does not need a religious crutch.
And 28, eliminate prayer, any phase of religious expression in the schools on the grounds that it violates the principle of separation of church and state.
Y'all, it continues on. It goes, there's 45. Pretty sure we're in the midst of that. And that was 1963. It's a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, it was.
You're listening to Rightside Radio. On the other side, we'll have the phone lines open. Y'all get ready to call. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside, where we're talking about the red washing of America. And we don't mean Republican, we mean communistic.
It's scary to read all of those in a row.
It really is.
If you keep going, it doesn't get any better. It just gets clearer that this has been an agenda and we all fell for it and allowed it and actually invited it in.
That's the worst part of it all, which is good thing that we're going to talk about waking up and the church and engagement and some questions Chris and I talked about today, or we were texting back and forth about at lunch that I think I would love to get your opinions on. But first, we have somebody on the line.
It's Duck Duck.
It's actually John John.
I was just seeing if he remembered. I thought Duck Duck was in honor of John John, but it was just Duck Duck Goose, right? John John.
Yeah, I think John John, you're on the air, by the way.
I am.
Yes.
Well, hey everybody, how y'all doing today?
Hey,
Good.
John
Hey.
John. Thanks for calling.
Well, thanks for having me, man. Like, look, man, I was so heartbroken when I heard Phil was leaving the show, but like, y'all were my pick, and I'm so excited that like y'all took over, and y'all still make my day. I love the show every day.
You were so kind and in the best way. I know we're very different than Phil, but I think we put on a good show too, and we get the information out. I might mispronounce words and laugh a little too much, but hopefully that makes everybody else's
you do it well.
day.
Do it gracefully. And like I really appreciate how y'all are not afraid to go into certain topics, and man, thank God for y'all. Keep doing what you do.
John John, thank you.
Please,
Thank you.
thank y'all so much for having me on, man. I'm kind of excited.
You can call anytime.
Yeah. Thank you, John John. You made our day.
So I'm gonna go back and listen to what I said. Try not to laugh too hard, but
You're famous.
so y'all, this one, thanks, and keep doing what y'all do. I love y'all. Praise God for y'all.
John John, thank you.
Save that, JP.
All right.
Yeah, that needs to be a button.
Yeah, make that a sound effect or a liner.
Yeah,
That's-
please.
I praise God for y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, keep that one.
Have a good one, John John.
That's very nice. You know, this was an intimidating spot to take over. And we had only done 3 or 4 shows together, and I would say it just clicked. It was an absolute God thing. But the first time Abs and I left, we were like, we could do a banger show with JP. And it just kind of worked. So we're very grateful to be here.
We really are. We can't believe it all happened and it fell out of the sky, but that's the way God does, right? Just when you least expect it, he's like, no, actually, I want you to do this. So we are here because we enjoy working together, but we also enjoy working with y'all as we wade through the news of the day and react to it. But also, as we talked about yesterday, here it comes, fearlessly pursuing and influencing culture with the truth. That's what we're all trying to do here. Is the truth is supreme, and we've got to find it, and we got to work our way toward that. That's always the answer. Strip the parties aside. We're after the principles, we're after the policies, and we're after getting to the truth. And every single one of us, I don't care where you live, you have a purpose. You know this, you have an influence, and it's your circle that you get to influence with truth every day. Every single one of us is an ambassador, whether we realize it or not. And that's why we're here, is to remind ourselves that we're pointing ourselves in the direction of capital T truth and influencing our culture around us. And how do we do that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because in the 4:00 hour, we're going to get to a clip of Frank Turek. And I want to have this discussion, and I would love your opinion, because there's one way to do it, the most important way, and we can't do it without doing it that way. And it starts with our foundation, because you're right, Allison. This communist ideology has been around for 100 years, and we just invited it in. And even farther back, we invited other ideologies in the 1800s during this, or 1700s. I got to look at my notes. And the Second Great Awakening, like this goes way back. But here we are. This is the most egregious example. And we're all in it. And we're reading that. I mean, were y'all not driving in your car going, oh, holy crap? We're
Crystal
just
clear.
right here.
By the way, we just got a caller who wants to talk about this exact topic too. By the way, it's
Okay.
Allie from Athens just called in.
Oh, yes.
Allie, you're on the air.
Oh, no, it is not Allie. It is the gentlewoman from Athens. Thank you very much. Let's get it straight, JP.
Sorry,
Okay,
my apologies.
Hey, lady, thanks for calling. That's what
You're welcome.
That's what Brad wants us to say, lady.
And while we're at it, you guys, this is JP's maiden voyage in the edition of Athens Now that is coming out as we speak. Sweet. Our guy's first column is in there. So the reason why I took the liberty to underscore that was because I am so incredibly grateful to be able to publish a newspaper and have a whole crew that definitely wants to publish capital T truth. So that is, the freedom of the press is something that in my list of grats in this Thanksgiving season is just right up there. But what I wanted to say is, you guys know that I'm the recovering feminista, socialista, liberalista, and I'm 72 years old, y'all. And so I want to offer myself as a resource for people who are going, how can people think like this? Well, when I was a teenager, just before I got saved in 1970, in our church in Seattle, Washington, there was a sermon that was delivered that was straight out of Mao Zedong's Little Red Book. They're not kidding when they say, when they talk about infiltrating stuff. I experienced it firsthand. I know what it's like to be groomed. It's a real thing. We're not being alarmist. And the solution is to hit our knees, tell the truth, and pray for revival.
Wow. So what advice then beyond that, because that is everything, capital T truth, hit our knees, pray, know the word. What other ideas do you have for our gentle citizens so that we can impact culture?
I would say do to them and for them what was done for me, and that was to be asked questions lovingly that exposed the fact that my concepts.
JP.
I don't know what happened. Allie, are you still there?
Oh.
Interesting.
When you were talking, and I think this is where Allie was going, and following John's call, which was so kind, but you don't have to have a radio show to speak truth. You don't have to have a platform that has followers or whatever it is to affect what is happening. It is, and I think this is what Allie was saying, just speaking truth to your neighbor, to your family, and being able to lovingly nudge people in the direction of truth with maybe asking questions. And I would say all the time, especially from, y'all listening, blame it on us. Be like, I heard this on this radio show today. What do you think about that? It doesn't even have to come from you, but just pose it as a question that just drops a little bit enough to make them question where they're headed. And it sounded like that's where Allie was going.
Allie, the gentlewoman, should be back on the line right now.
Oh,
I think we got her back. Allie, are you there?
Oh,
I guess not.
Okay.
We're having phone trouble with Allie.
You're right. I like the idea of asking questions, and Thanksgiving doesn't have to turn into a melee, but just one question. How about just this line when somebody makes a statement? Are you sure about that? Because we're all better off when we think through an issue and when we're forced to find a defense for it that's rational and logical, doesn't use ad hominem attacks. It doesn't do anything crazy. It just walks people through logically why you believe what you believe. But we're the ones that have to ask those questions. Are you sure about that?
I think too, I was thinking about the man on the street, where you go up and you just whoever it is, Jesse Waters, and he has, what's the guy's name? He's so funny.
Oh yeah,
The little guy that goes out.
Yeah,
Gutfeld?
No,
his little person, Jesse
Waters.
Waters' guy.
Oh, I don't watch Jesse Waters
Okay,
enough.
anyway, he goes out and he just talks to people, and he continues to ask them, okay, well, why do you believe that? What do you think that really means? And they can't answer. So sometimes you don't even have to impose your ideas and your convictions. You just have to say, well, explain to me why you believe that way. What do you see? What's the foundation of that? And most of the time, it's just a talking point that they got from the Democratic Socialists of America, and they can't even defend it. In which case, their argument starts to break down, and they start to go, I am a talking head and a robot.
Well, and I think that's a great point, because often we feel like when somebody challenges us, they'll make a statement and then we feel like we have to defend it. No, when somebody makes a statement, the burden of proof is on the person who made the statement.
Yes.
It's up to them to defend it. And that's where it's so much easier to just ask questions. All we're doing is getting people to think. That's it. So that they go, I'm not so sure about that anymore. Now, there's also a time to make a statement that you know about and that you can defend, because there is a right and there is a wrong. We've lived in a purple world for just purple and touchy-feely, and that's the way the communists want it. They want that, instead of saying, actually, there is a right and there is a wrong, because ultimately there is good and there is evil. And there is a good that we can know, and there's an evil that we feel. We live in the real world. Truth is reality as it is. And so we have an opportunity to point people to truth by asking questions, but also be prepared to give a defense for the hope that lies within you. And so we do have to be prepared. This is not skate time. This is grit. And as my pastor asked on Sunday, are you prepared to get hurt? Because it's going to hurt when people find out where you stand. It is going to hurt when they disown you or cut you off. That hurts. But we still have to tell the truth and point people to capital T truth, come what may.
Preach. Amen.
I'm just saying.
Speak it. It's good. And what you said earlier, in the same vein, it's like somebody saying, okay, prove to me God exists. Sometimes you can just sit there and say, okay, well, first you prove to me that he doesn't. You can just flip the script. See, it's what we're here for. Good thoughts.
That was so good. I flipped my glasses.
It's good. Well, and we all have to hold each other accountable, because it's uncomfortable, especially like with my dad, who's a raging California liberal. It is very uncomfortable.
Yes.
I mean, we actually haven't spoken in a while, and it's sad. But I have to be okay to sit in that, because I cannot deny truth. I cannot deny my beliefs, but it's really uncomfortable.
It is.
It's tough.
It is.
Before we go to a break, can I read this from Brad? Because don't look at it.
I'm not.
This is totally unrelated.
Don't give Brad that.
No, I got to get Brad because...
Okay, he said another after. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
No,
the
Brad
text before
said,
it was pronunciation.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
he was going to...
It's
You actually said that
Scousen.
wrong. It's pronunciation.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's what
Whatever.
we're here for.
Brad said, y'all don't apologize for laughing. I love it when you get tickled, because I'm cackling right along with you. Keep it up, ladies of liberty. That means he's an oldie.
Brad, are you an OG?
He's an OG.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Brad?
See, nobody knows we're the ladies of liberty.
No, they don't.
Wow.
That was our original name given to us by Todd Starnes. Thanks, Brad.
Okay, we've got a few other texts too. I'll read them first, see if they're nice. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside, where we are having the best of discussions. And Allie managed to text in. Thank you, Allie, for that. Allison, do you want to share with our wonderful audience what she had to say?
JP, I don't have my glasses on. I can't really read well.
She said, "Ladies of Liberty, you did a beautiful job of illustrating my point. Learn to ask questions. Do it with love, humility, and confidence. Also remember that it takes between 8 and 15 educational exposures to begin to have a concept success challenged and or changed. Patience is the key."
That's it's like when Instagram wants you to buy some things. It comes up once and you're like, I mean, that looks cool. And then again, and you're like, okay, I'll read the description. And then a few more times and you've ordered 68 of them.
Yeah.
So that's a good reminder, Allie, actually.
I'm a sucker because I skip every ad I can, but then I'll see one. Like yesterday I saw one and it was a chicken bacon ranch Domino's pizza. And I was about to hit skip.
That is delicious.
I was about to hit skip and I go, really? And they had me like that.
Did you order it?
No, but I probably will. My next pizza order will probably be that one. Yes.
That's good. That sounds divine,
Actually,
actually.
it sounds terrible. What
Chicken
kind of
bacon ranch?
Yeah,
It'll
but what
make
kind
you
of
sick.
sauce do you use?
I mean, normal. You could have the ranch be the pizza sauce, or you can just have normal pizza sauce with ranch drizzled on it, chicken bacon.
Sometimes the sauce is barbecue. And you can sometimes do
that-
the barbecue chicken, like at Sanpej. We can
Yeah.
do that.
I can
Hey,
go
you
with
know
that.
where we need to start? I've decided there's a place for us to meet.
I'm not
in-
winking at you. My
That's
eyes
not awkward
bothering
at
me.
all. So I would really like to thank Allie for what she said, because I think we all know people that we get frustrated with. And it's because you love them, because if you didn't feel anything for them, you wouldn't be frustrated, because we're beyond the wanting to be right. What we care for are people's souls, and we care for their mind, because the way you think affects the way you live.
Mm.
And so many people are living lives that literally are miserable. Just look at them. They're miserable. And it can be on either side. It doesn't matter. But how you think also reflects how you live. So this has to do with living a good and true and right life by being free. And that's the hard part, when you see the struggle and you think, just hello, I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
But it's with gentleness, it's with respect. It's not being sweet and syrupy sweet and nice. One of my favorite writers, Rosaria Butterfield, who was a lesbian and became a Christian, and has written one of the books on the shelves behind us, 5 Lies of This Anti-Christian Age, said that a pastor for 2 years had her over to his house, he and his wife, and let her ask all the questions. She was at almost an Ivy League institution, a leading feminist, brilliant mind, but that's how she was won over. And that's the hard part, though, is when you see people, you want to help them, but you realize you can't want to help them more than they want help.
Yeah. And can I say this too before we go to the break? It's the ones that go through that, whenever they do come to the light, they are the strongest advocates for it, because they had to be won over. I mean, God has put me through the absolute ringer with a lot of stuff, and my faith is even stronger after being on the other side of it. So that's where you can't give up, because, if you keep sprinkling seeds, God's watering it, and whenever they do come, they're going to be the strongest ones. Look at like Paul. Like, it's so that's why I can't give up hope, because if they do get won over, they had to be won over, so they're just that strong in their faith. So
it's good stuff, JP. So
why don't you take us out, JP?
You're listening live to Rightside Radio. We'll be right back.
So I want to remind you, Inspire Advisors is one of our sponsors, and they are doing amazing work. Look, I know this audience. You're the kind of folks who believe in standing up for your principles. You're good stewards of what you have for resources. What if the companies you are investing in, though, don't reflect your values at all? Well, that's why you need to meet Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors. Inspire Advisors, experts in the field of biblically responsible investing. Look, they can help you grow your bottom line while also being proud of what companies you invest in. Inspire Advisors, you got to check them out. Here's their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. That's Inspire Advisors, www.moneypatternwealth.com, and tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. So we've covered many things today. Started with an amazing montage by JP.
Well, thank you.
I'm just saying, Epstein and the Dems, and then grant funding, NGO, etc. And then we landed on a topic that would be communism. And we've gone through some of the communist priorities. There were 45 written by a man who, if you want to look him up, Cleon Skousen. Thanks, Brad from Crimestone County. If you want to look that up and order the book, I can tell you that a friend of ours named Jace Carnes recommended that I read this book. Goodness, it's been 5 or 6 years ago. And I'd like to share it, but I can't because I have so many notes in the book. It was so enlightening. Y'all probably knew about all of this before, but if you're looking for a great read that is very simply laid out and explained the history of how we got where we are, fascinating read. Fascinating. I highly recommend. 10 out of 10. So, Allison, do we have any other texts we want to read, or do we want to jump into the toxic masculinity and you men being scolded by a certain AOC?
Well, the latest text was just Jenkins from Sneed saying his favorite pizza is chicken Alfredo pizza.
Oh,
Okay.
Where's the chicken Alfredo pizza from?
That's up there with chicken bacon ranch.
You're just a hater. You don't love the game of eating like I do.
I don't miss a meal, but a pizza, like I need red sauce and cheese and maybe some onions and mushrooms.
So you're a
Supreme
purist.
Purist, yeah, a pizza purist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't veer from what is traditional.
That's fair.
We're conservative
That's
pizzas.
yeah, maybe I should be more conservative.
Yes. Can you pull it together? You're teetering on the libtard.
Have you been near the shop near me?
The shop?
The pizza shop near me? It's near the Starbucks.
You can't say the name?
Well, I guess I can. Capella.
Oh, never been there.
Oh.
It's good?
It will remind you of where we've been. It's legit.
Oh.
Legit.
It's Italian.
They even sell gelato.
Oh.
Good gelato.
I mean, it's been in business a long time.
I think I should stop by and get
So it
some on
must
the
be
way
good.
home. Gelato. Anywho.
Well, it's funny y'all are bringing up masculinity because I came across, do y'all know who Chris Williamson is?
Mm-mm.
He has a podcast.
I think I do.
Very, very, very famous podcast. But I bookmarked clip that I saw today that was talking about he's with a psychologist, actually what women want in men. I was curious to get your all's thoughts on it too.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm guessing it's not what AOC is proposing.
Like a man that talks about his feelings and cries and has no backbone, soft, squishy.
The skinny jeans and
the hippie
lattes.
The hippie latte. The white guys for hairs. Those
Yeah.
those types.
I don't think God designed us to go after that type.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but
Make an argument for that. And have y'all heard about how when women are on birth control and then they come off, they're attracted to totally different men?
I did not know that. No.
Uh-huh. Like all of a sudden they're attracted to like manly men again.
It's
I'm
funny how that works.
serious.
That's funny.
Read the study. It's a whole thing.
I'm for real.
That's crazy.
Anyway, so AOC, but can you play that again or is it not?
I can pull up. Give me just 1 second. I can pull it up and get it ready.
Just her lecturing on toxic masculinity, how young men are being manipulated into being masculine, and that's not a good thing. Like, of all the people we want to hear from her on this subject, I just
feel so sorry for her fiance or boyfriend. I mean, she must run that place.
Oh,
I got the video if y'all want to play it.
Yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be great.
And they are able to radicalize and target and exploit a generation of young boys, in particular, away from healthy masculinity and into an insecure masculinity that requires the domination of others who are poorer, browner, darker, or a different gender than them. And that is why they are resonating online, because they are appealing to the most basest and worst parts of human nature to divide.
Is she talking about Nick Fuentes, or what is?
She's just talking about the GOP in general, that the Republican Party is trying to manipulate young men to toxic masculinity, and then they hate brown people, and they hate everybody that's not a white male, pretty much.
So what do you think her definition of healthy masculinity is?
Healthy masculinity is being accepting to everybody, not telling anybody something that they don't want to hear. Everybody's truth can be their truth. Feminism is good, and women should, women aren't entitled to, or women shouldn't feel the need to reproduce or traditional marriage. Women can, have abortions whenever they want, and it's not a man's place to tell them when to do that. Pretty much just the typical Democratic Party line of women can do whatever they want, and even if it's evil, and it's not a man's place to tell a woman anything, essentially.
How's that going for us as a culture?
Not great, if you ask me.
Kind of on the track to doom.
Yes, we are. Doom is the ride on the way to the dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So
let's look back at just historically, before all this nonsense. What were men like? Let's look back if we're believers and that's our worldview. Biblically, what did men look like? How did they act? What was their role? I'm asking.
And we were thriving as a country.
Well, no, I'm thinking going back even further, like what before this,
like even biblical.
So protector, warriors, providers.
Yeah.
They were the keepers of the women, obviously keepers of the home, but they were fierce. They were swarthy. You didn't mess around with the men of old. Everybody knew their role, and there wasn't envy or jealousy for women back then, it doesn't seem, from what I've read, to usurp a man's role. You go do your thing, I'll do mine. There was a symbiosis that we don't have now. But if you look way back then, I think the men were swarthy and they were warriors. And when you watch movies like Gladiator and you think of things like Strength and Honor, that's what they represented. Now, it doesn't mean hideous things didn't happen. Hideous things have always happened. But that's in my mind, thinking through.
JP, do you have anything?
Men were the ones that, look at like Samson, look at David, look at even like Saul, even though Saul was, seen as not the greatest character in the Bible, to say the least, but the men, and I'm just using the Bible, as an example, but the men in biblical times were the ones that were used by God to go and physically accomplish and do hard things and adventure. And I think it's been twisted that that's toxic because it's somehow belittles women, and that women can't go and fight in the military. And it, whenever we flip the roles of the stay-at-home dads that are the hipster type, the latte drinking type, then they don't have anything to work for. They don't have any adventure. But also on the women's side of things, it takes away the most beautiful thing a woman can do, which is to raise a family. And I'm not saying that's the only thing women are for, but that's, dare I say, the greatest thing a woman has is to raise a family. And I think if you look back, and like you said, in biblical times, the roles were pretty much exactly reversed than what like AOC is trying to say healthy masculinity is. I think then you go down the road of why are they doing that? Why are they trying to flip the roles? And I think it's just degrades society even more, because then you have abortions and birth rates declining, and it's just a whole mess. But it all leads from making men soft and not what men should be, which is, protectors, providers, strong leaders. And when we don't have strong leaders, strong men in America, then that's when the sit back, and it's kind of a great segue into the next topic. That's when men, strong Christian men in particular, just sit back and let the world and America go to crap, because they're afraid to speak up, because then they're toxic masculine, man. The greatest threat to America is white men. They get shamed and they get belittled to just sit back and be quiet.
Mm.
And that's where we lead
So-
to where we are now.
If we go back to if God did create male and female, he
Mhm.
is the creator. That's my belief. Then maybe we can look at the earliest examples that we have as our guide of what is God's best. And I can guarantee you that AOC's version is not God's best. And like you said, I think it is why America is falling right now, because these men have been shamed into submission, and it's disgusting. And it's us. It's the women who have gotten out of line, which it was the women who got out of line in the garden too. That woman, she done did it.
Eve.
But we are still reaping the destruction of what happened. But it's a good discussion. What it's doing, though, is breeding a stronger monster on the other side, to where you do end up with the Nick Fuenteses. And maybe you go too far, you swing the pendulum too far. The Andrew Tates and all that of the world.
Mhm. It's a good thought.
Yeah. But I do want to hear, can we listen to the Frank Turek one again
Yeah.
about the church when we
Mhm.
come back?
I think that's perfect.
All right. We'll be right back. You're listening to Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. So we will read a couple texts that are hilarious. We're going to play the Frank Turek clip, and then in the 4:30 segment, we will talk about what Frank has to say. Allison, can you read it?
I'm scared to open that top one.
Oh, no, it's a good one. I can read it for you if you want. John from Minor, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Allison is the smartest person I've ever heard speak. Just saying, y'all. Hilarious as well.
John, I will send you your money through Venmo later. And I hope that Dale Jackson is listening and all the people, all the things.
All the things, yes.
Because that may never be said again, but I do appreciate that. Really. Especially after Giggle Fest yesterday.
It's fine. It's who we are.
We've gotten lots of pizza texts,
my
which
fault.
are just, cheeseburger pizza, double Domino's cheeseburger. Ugh.
I'm going to have to try this. This is in Limestone County. Okay.
This is where we are today. So I'm reading about pizza, and then the next one says, pretty sure gay men. I don't even know how to put all this together, but I guess it's symbolic of our show.
It is symbolic of our show. We get somewhere. It just takes us a minute. Somebody asked about the book I'm referencing, and it's The Naked Communist. And the byline is tagline, exposing communism and restoring freedom. And it's by W. Cleon, Cleon Skousen, Skousen. Pretty sure I got this off of Thrift Books, but you can find it. The Naked Communist, one of the best books I've ever read.
The Naked Communist.
Naked.
Naked Communist.
Naked.
The
Is
naked
naked
commie.
actually a word?
Naked is
Yeah.
Nekked. Naked.
KK?
Yeah, K-K-E-D.
I don't.
Naked.
I thought it was Necked.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want it to be, Allison. It's Common
Naked.
Core spelling.
Is this why Josh from Hayden says, always a pleasure listening to the best radio show in the universe? Because we
Yes.
cover naked and pizza.
And communism.
All in the same show.
All right, JP. Do you mind playing
Which one is this?
Frank Turek?
Sure. Yeah. Let me
Okay,
get it ready.
that'd be
real quick.
great. Now, remember, this is a guy that was with Charlie Kirk when Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
Wasn't
This
he his
is-
pastor?
He was his mentor.
Yeah.
And if you want a good listen to Frank Turek. That is a smart man. Very wise. Anyway,
Right.
here's Frank.
Heard this because you're not paying attention. I'm sorry. It's over. We've got to pay attention. Politics is not our most important duty, but it helps us do our most important duty. And so what I say to people who think, oh, we don't have to be involved politically, you're naive if you think that. But we all need to be engaged to protect religious freedom and to love our neighbors. Because if we have the capacity to protect innocent people from evil by putting good laws in place that do protect them from evil, and we don't take that opportunity, how are we loving our neighbors? We're not. If we don't get involved, godless people will get involved, and then we'll have laws like they have in California now. Have you heard about the Bill 495? Anybody in California can walk into a school without identification and check a kid out. You haven't heard this because you're not paying attention. I'm sorry. It's over. We've got to pay attention. I'm not angry with you, ma'am. I'm angry with Christians out there who say the stupidest things while a trafficker can walk into a public school in California and take that kid away and you'll never see that kid again. And you know why they did this? Because Gavin Gruesome Newsom and his minions decided that he needed to prevent kids that might be illegal from being taken by ICE during the school day. But what he wound up doing was making every single kid vulnerable to trafficking. Oh, we don't need to be involved. Yes, say that when your kid is kidnapped, abused, and murdered. When are we going to wake up?
So that is the question. Now we're all wide awake. We're here together in our tribe, wide awake. And that is disturbing and it is alarming. But the reason why Allison and I are here is because we were told we shouldn't be involved in politics and we should just let other people handle it. We were told to love our neighbor and wear a mask and get a jab and be subservient and obedient because of our governing authorities. But the problem is, Ephesians tells us that we have the right to come against things that come against Christ, to take every thought captive. It's Ephesians 5. We have every right. And so we will, because that is not an excuse to let other people handle it. We have to handle it. We were placed in our communities to do what we're doing so that we can love our neighbors, point them to the truth, and protect what we hold dear. So on the other side, we'll chew on all this. So don't go anywhere.
Me?
Yeah.
Line,
please.
We'll be right back.
Hey, my friends, Phil Williams here. You've heard me talk about Inspire Advisors, how Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors will help you grow your investment portfolio while also screening out the companies that don't stand for conservative Christian principles. Look, they are experts in what is known as biblically responsible investing, and they are now offering a limited opportunity for a free class on that BRI. Check out the class, register for free, their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. It's godly, it's conservative, it's financial freedom, y'all, with Inspire Advisors at www.moneypatternwealth.com. Check them out. Tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
welcome back to Rightside.
Is that
Amy Beth.
funny?
It's funny.
I was trying to process what you said.
What did you say?
What did you say?
I don't know why I said it right as you were about to point, but I get to go to Kobe tonight.
Oh, that's what I thought
Ooh,
you said. That's why I was
yum.
confused. Oh, Kobe,
Really?
the restaurant.
Yeah.
Not the
Hibachi.
basketball player.
Since we're talking about pizza, and then I got hungry, and I just thought, it's so expensive.
It's
So we only
very
go on
expensive.
birthdays.
Yes, same.
But
When you said Kobe, I thought the basketball player, and I was like,
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
makes sense now.
Rip.
Oh man, he was good. So JP,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please explain what Gavin Newsom was trying to do in California on October 12th when he signed this into law?
I mean, my gauge on it from listening was that to allow anyone, other, even if they're not on the checkout list or whatever, the checkout person at that school, allowing anybody to come and pick them up gives them a more of an opportunity for like friends or aunts, uncles, grandparents. If the parent is tied up or something, that I guess his line of thinking was he opens it up to a lot more people that can get the kid out of there before ICE comes. That was my gauge on it. And I know Allison said, I can't remember if it was on air or during the break, about would that allow ICE agents to come, even though it's a sanctuary state. So I would assume that
ICE agents can't check them out.
yeah, and I would assume they see the ICE on and they would just like lock the doors and everything. But I think that's what Gavin Newsom was trying to do, was allow more than just the parent. If the parent can get there, friends, uncles, aunts, whoever can come and get the kid anyways.
Mhm.
But opens the door to the awful trafficking world that obviously Newsom is either too dumb to realize or just doesn't care.
Probably
Yeah.
both.
Probably both.
And at this point, with the numbers that we have of lost children, there can be no denial of what was happening. And with separation and the horrors of where children were placed, or numbers that they called that were their safe numbers. I don't know if you saw the people on Laura Ingraham earlier this week talking about the sex trafficking that these young children have endured. So it opens a door to so many things. He was trying to get out front of it and be too smart by half. And the problem is he made it worse. But Frank Turk's point was, this is what's happening right under our noses. Unless we think things don't happen in Alabama, most certainly they do. I mean, one of the reasons that you're involved and you started local was to make people aware of not just voter fraud and voter integrity, but also it had a lot to do with schools, which migrated into libraries, which, guys, I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but we still don't have an obscenity protection bill passed for our children. So you can do whatever you want. As I learned from Allison last year, you can do whatever you want in a library in front of a child.
It's the most bizarre thing that we protect children and we have obscenity laws. Like, you can't take a child to an NC-17, an R-rated movie. You can't take a child to a strip club. You can't take a child into an adult bookstore, whatever it is. But if you're in a library, you can expose a child to whatever you want. It is the weirdest thing. And our state representative, well, we moved, but Arnold Mooney, who's a friend of ours, has tried to get this bill passed, which is the obscenity law. It just applies the same laws that apply to everywhere else to libraries, and it cannot pass the Alabama House.
I wonder why that is. Like, I'm trying to find because normally with stuff like that, where conservatives in Alabama don't vote or act like conservatives, you can kind of connect the dots of, okay, some special interest is probably telling them not to. But with that one, that's just kind of like, I don't know, like why wouldn't that be passed in a Republican supermajority?
I think I can answer that, and the bills run together. If I'm correct, it was the district attorneys from each county that in the bill, they would have to handle the charges that were brought against the librarians if they continued. And it was this whole thing of where, okay, we'll notify you and you have a week, you have 2 weeks to get the book out. Like, it's not, and then it escalated. But at the end, the district attorneys would have to handle the issue. And the district attorneys fought back and didn't want to do that. It was like adding to their job.
their
load.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they were supposed to.
So that's the pressure.
Or is it just one of those, we'll let the Dems have that one sort of things too?
Why would you do that? Of
It-
all things, I mean,
yeah.
give it to adults. Don't put the children in the gap. It's unheard of. It's unprecedented. And in Alabama, I mean, again, I go back to the What is a Woman bill that took us 4 years to pass. That's just stupid. And it doesn't represent what I thought we were as a legislature, or at
Agree.
least what they claim to be. But I was thinking, as y'all were talking about California, do y'all remember a few years ago that California was one of the first ones? There were signs all around, especially in San Francisco, talking about how minor attracted people are normal. They're
Yes.
people too.
Yes.
It all goes together, and it is terrifying. But California needs a swift kick in the fanny. And I don't really think that went anywhere in terms of like protection or civil rights protection or whatever from the government. But all this is just trying to normalize. And I don't think Frank Turek is wrong to think that this leaves a lot of kids vulnerable, because who are the most common perpetrators? They're people you know. They're family members. They're people you know that are in and out of your house, that if they came to school, they're not like an ICE agent. You're not going to kick and scream and yell stranger danger. You probably say, oh, okay. And then they're gone. What a biscuit.
Yeah, that's very troubling. But you know what did come up, and I don't know if it's NATO or the UN or the World Health Organization. One of them, do you remember last year around the same time we talked about, or maybe it's longer ago than that they did a whole thing about minor attracted persons and they removed the age restriction? Do you remember?
I don't, but that doesn't surprise me.
I mean,
they removed the age restriction for. Oh, I do remember
the age
that.
of consent.
I do remember that.
So are we seeing pedophiles at work, or are we also seeing the influence of Islam?
I think that's an interesting twist on it, but I think they're trying their best to get rid of the stigma. Don't use the word pedophile. It's minor attracted person. They can't help
It's
it.
ridiculous.
They can't help it.
Love is love.
Love is like, yeah, exactly. They can't help the fact they're attracted to minors. Pedophile. Don't use that harsh word. They're trying to desensitize or get rid of the stigma around pedophiles. And I do think the Islam aspect of it too is an interesting nugget. If there's certain areas of America where, like New York or Texas or Dearborn, that it's getting a flood of them, where I hate to say it, but their prophet literally married a 9-year-old, maybe even younger. I think it was 9. Yeah, I mean, that may be Islam trying to sneak its way in. And that brings us back to the original point of why it's important that Christians get engaged politically. Because if you sit back and go, oh, well, that's a little dangerous. That's scary. That's not very Christian. Like, this is how, because somebody's going to win. Who would you rather be? The minor attracted people in Islam or the Christians that really builds America?
Yeah, there's no neutral ground. That ship has sailed. There never was. There's never been a neutral ground. And so we do have to make a choice. And even now, when people say, well, the media is just trying to get you to be outraged, I don't know how we qualify in that whole situation, but we are trying to help each other stay awake and alert, not stay woke, but alert and wide awake as to what's going on around us. And it is our job to be involved and to help see that changes happen. And we can't do it from the comfort of our couch. We cannot. That ship has sailed.
I think all the time when and we've had so many pastors in the Birmingham area in Alabama tell us that we, like you said, we're wrong for being involved in politics. But I think, okay, well, what if Moses hadn't gone and lobbied Pharaoh?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what if
Daniel,
or I was trying to think of a woman, because a lot of times we get criticized for being women in politics. There are places in the Bible where God uses women to lobby on behalf of governments. I mean, who was it? Pontius Pilate. His wife was like, Jesus hasn't done anything wrong. You need to wash your hands of him. And he listened. I mean, and that shaped the whole narrative of Jesus's death.
Who found the empty tomb?
Who found the empty tomb? I mean, there are times
Esther.
where there you go. I mean, and so I think we are all called to different degrees to be involved in. Oh yeah, Jenkins just said Esther. Did you read that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, y'all are on the same wavelength. But Deborah, and most of the time, speaking of toxic masculinity and all that, it goes back to God uses women when the men fail to stand up and do the right thing and speak the truth. We play a part, but historically it is the men that are supposed to be leading this charge, unless you agree with AOC, and then you're just supposed to be serving us women soy lattes and wearing your scarf and your skinny jeans while you do it.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No.
Nobody wants that.
No.
But together we can impact culture. And one of the most important places we can do that from is from the church. And we're blessed. I am very blessed to be in a church that tells the truth and asks the hard questions like, are you prepared to be hurt? But understand that God does his work through the church and through his people. And he tells us how to do it through his word. So we're not left defenseless, but we do need to be careful that the church we're in isn't filled with red-washed ideology, critical justice, asking questions that, what are you even saying? Telling you to sell everything you have and just ignore the world at hand. Yes, we get to preach the good news, obviously, but we also have to understand that our foundation is the church and it is his word, and operate from that. That's our foundation.
I know we got to go to break, but there was one church, and I obviously won't say who the pastor was or what the church was, but it was one pretty recently that I was visiting and checking out, and the pastor said it was actually right before the election, and he said, "We don't tell you how to vote, we just tell you to vote." And I heard that, and I was, "Exit, please. Where do I go?" I was like, "That
Let me
is
run.
What in the world is that?" I don't know, but it's just completely the wrong message. I think it's not wrong to say, oh no, there's one party pushing abortion and gay marriage and everything against the Bible, and then there's the other party that's fighting for Christian values. I think it's actually imperative for them to say which side to vote for. That's just me, though. I don't know.
And to really bring this full circle, it goes back to the naked communist, and we read where they say infiltrate the schools, make art disgusting, normalize homosexuality, make the uniparty. I mean, it is all coming to fruition, and it's all under that communist umbrella, which the ultimate goal is to get religion out of everyone's home. Because if you have hope in Christ, you don't put your hope in the government. That's what they want.
And on that note,
on that note, we got to go to break, and then it's over. Like, today's done.
I know.
That's crazy. Do you have exit questions?
I got 250 of them.
And we got some text. We'll be right back.
well, the live stream. I don't think the cameras are on when we're off, but
They're not.
We've chatted it up all day long, and I think we've invented some cool things that you guys are going to like in the future with some things that we're refreshing. But I will not do the big reveal right now.
Stupid radio show gets in the way of our great convos.
I know it, man. And our good coffee. I thought that did you have Dunkin' or did you have the other company?
I had
not
other
saying?
said company.
Come
Sorry,
on.
man. Sorry.
Okay, so today we talked about a lot of things. Epstein and the Dems. We talked about grant funding and NGO. We just wrapped up a long hour worth of conversation about communism, the book, The Naked Communist. We took some phone calls that actually turned into text messages, which is fine. This is what we do. We pivot. And then we and we dashed and dabbled a little bit with AOC and toxic masculinity, and JP did a really good job on that. And now we finished by talking about Frank Turek and being involved and what's going on in our communities, not just in California, but things that are going on in Alabama. And in the coming weeks, we will have groups that we want to let y'all know about that we trust, that we've been involved with. If you want to plug in and you don't have anywhere right now, because we want you to be involved. Allison, are you laughing at Peva?
I don't know. JP looks like he's about to crack up, and so I'm trying not to laugh. What are you looking
I'm
at?
smiling at some of these would you rather questions. There's there's a lot of good ones.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Abs. You were on a roll.
No, so that's it. So now we're finally to our final segment of the day.
Well, wait. I have to give you props.
Why?
Because I couldn't tell you what we talked about at 4:36. Really, I couldn't. But you keep such a good list, and you're such a good secretary. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. You're really good at what you do.
She's on the ball.
I'm so glad she's with us.
I'm too.
I'm a nerd.
Me and JP.
We're
a
a
you gotta
great
keep
team.
us together.
We're
Anyway, good on you.
a cord of three strands.
There you go.
Amen.
That's who we are.
Okay, so here we go. What are you giggling at? Start with your questions.
Well, I'm just smiling because some of these are just good. Okay, where's the one from earlier that? Oh, okay. Would you rather be in prison for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Oh my word. Who comes up with these questions?
A good question.
That's a good question.
I'm going coma.
Really?
Do you really want to experience prison?
I mean,
well, because if you're in coma, they could just unplug you and you couldn't go, hello.
Okay.
But you don't know.
You
You're in a
don't know,
coma.
but if you've got a family that believes in pulling the plug and they don't think there's any chance.
Okay.
Do you
too soon? I had to do it to a dog.
Do you have a
yesterday.
coma, but are you brain dead or are you showing signs of life? Can you squeeze the hand when you've asked?
No.
Squeeze my hand.
Like you're out cold in a coma or you're in prison.
Oh,
But they're not going to pull the plug. That's part of the agreement.
I'm taking prison. I'd rather be conscious than unconscious. Listen, you just gotta go in. You gotta find the right crew in prison. They'll protect you. Just weigh out your time. 5 years. You get free food, free bed. You get to do. I'm not saying prison's good, but I think it's better than being unconscious. I'll just say that.
I'm going to say my family would pull the plug on me so fast, and I've got a living will.
They would not.
But I did write in my updated one, unless you see signs of hope.
Yeah, they wouldn't pull the plug. But why? I just think you don't know.
Molly wouldn't pull the plug on me.
No, Chris wouldn't pull the plug.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't. I promise you, he wouldn't.
I don't think he would.
I don't think he would.
I mean, but it's your husband. Okay, wait, I gotta get one more before we go. Okay. Would you rather find a rat in your kitchen or a roach in your bed?
Ew!
I'm going rat in the kitchen.
Rat in the kitchen.
Rat.
Because they're kind of cute.
I'm not waking up to a roach.
Are they?
A rat or like
A roach crawling?
Oh, abs. Oh, that sounded too accurate. Yeah, I'm going rat.
Radio theater.
Gonna be a cute little field mouse?
No, it's one with a massive
rat.
tail and
It's essentially a possum, but a rat in your house.
And on that note, we'll see you tomorrow.
Friday tomorrow.
It's Friday tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.